Johannes Valentinus Andreae, a.k.a. Johannes Valentinus Andreae. Johann Valentin Andreae was a German theologian, who claimed to be the author of an ancient text known as the Chymische Hochzeit Christiani Rosencreutz anno 1459. This became one of the three founding works of Rosicrucianism, which was both a legend and a fashionable semi-cult across Europe in this period. Andreae was a prominent member of the Protestant utopian movement, which began in Germany and spread across northern Europe and into Britain under the mentorship of Samuel Hartlib and John Amos Comenius. The focus of this movement was the need for education and the encouragement of sciences as the key to national prosperity. But like many vaguely religious Renaissance movements at this time, the scientific ideas being promoted were often tinged with Hermeticism, occultism and Neoplatonic concepts. The threats of heresy charges posed by rigid religious authorities and a scholastic intellectual climate often forced these activists to hide behind fictional secret societies and write anonymously in support of their ideas, while claiming access to secret ancient wisdom. Life. Andreae was born at Herrenberg, Württemberg, the son of Johannes Andreä, the superintendent of Herrenberg and later the abbot of Königsbrunn. His mother Maria Moser went to Tübingen as a widow and was court apothecary 1607 to 1617. The young Andreae studied theology and natural sciences, 1604 to 1606. He befriended Christoph Bissold, who encouraged Andrea's interest in esotericism. California, 1605. He wrote the first version of The Chemical Wedding of Christian Rosencreutz. He was refused the final examination and church service, probably for attaching a pasquil to the Chancellor Ensslun's door, on the occasion of his marriage. After that, he taught young nobles and hiked with his students through Switzerland, France, Austria and Italy. He visited Dillingen, a bastion of the Jesuits, whom he regarded as the Antichrist. In 1608 he returned to Tübingen. He came to know Tobias Hess, a Paracelsian physician with an interest in apocalyptic prophecy. From 1610 till 1612 Andreae travelled. In 1612 he resumed his theological studies in Tübingen. After the final examination in 1614, he became deacon in Veringen and Ahrens, and in 1620 priest in Calw. Here he reformed the school and social institutions, and established institutions for charity and other aids. To this end, he initiated the Christliche Gottlieb und Gesellschaft. In 1628 he planned a Unio Christiana. He obtained funds and brought effective help for the reconstruction of Calw, which was destroyed in the Battle of Nördlingen by the imperial troops and visited by pestilence. In 1639, he became preacher at the court and councillor of the consistory in Stuttgart, where he advocated a fundamental church reform. He became also a spiritual advisor to a royal princess of Württemberg. Among other things, he promoted the Tübinger Stift, a hall of residence and teaching which was a seminary owned and supported by the Evangelical Lutheran Church in Württemberg, in southwest Germany. The Stift was originally founded as an Augustinian monastery in the Middle Ages, but after the Reformation, Duke Ulrich turned the Stift into a seminary which served to prepare Protestant pastors for Württemberg. A prominent student of the Stift during this period was Johannes Kepler. In 1646, Andreae was made a member of the Fruchtbringende Gesellschaft, where he got the company nicknamed Mürbi. In 1650, he assumed direction of the monasterial school Bebenhausen, and in 1654, he became abbot of the Evangelical Monasterial School of Heidelberg. He died in Stuttgart. Rosicrucianism. His role in the origin of the Rosicrucian legend is controversial. In his autobiography he claimed that the Chymische Hochzeit was one of his works, as a ludibrium, possibly meaning lampoon. He said in old age that he wrote this fake document in his youth. In his later works, alchemy is treated as a subject of ridicule and is placed with music, art, theatre and astrology in the category of the less serious sciences. Andreae was a pious, Orthodox Lutheran theologian who probably had nothing at all to do with the two great manifestos of the so-called secret society, the Farmer Fraternitatis of the Confessio Fraternitatis. His lifelong commitment appears to have been to found a Societas Christiana, a utopian learned brotherhood of those dedicated to a spiritual life, in the hope that they would initiate a second Reformation. His writings and efforts provided a potent stimulus to Protestant intellectuals at the beginning of the 17th century, and he appears to have inspired the foundation of the Unio Christiana, which was established in Nuremberg during 1628 by a few patricians and churchmen under the impetus of Johannes the Elder. This utopian society was later revived in Stuttgart in the early 1660s, and another utopian brotherhood known as Intilia developed in the Baltic. During the 30 Years' War, the founders were inspired by both Baconian belief in experimental science and by Andrea's tracts. They later attempted to establish a colony on a small island in the Gulf of Riga and considered immigrating to Virginia, Priory of Sion, during the 1960s, as part of a hoax claiming the existence of a medieval secret society. A set of documents of dubious authenticity, the Dossiers Secrets, was discovered in the Bibliothèque Nationale de France. One of the documents included an alleged list of Grand Masters of the Priory of Sion, and Andreae was listed as the 17th headmaster. Works: Compendium Mathematicum, Chymische Hochzeit, Christiani, Rosencreutz, anno 1459, published anonymously. Manipus, Invitatio Fraternitatis Christi, Peregrini in Patria Eras, Rea Publici Christianopoli, Tani Descriptio, Taris Babel, De Curiositatis Panici Syntagma.